Gravity becomes the enemy in Pit Panic, a sharp arcade platformer built around split-second decisions. A nimble character navigates treacherous vertical shafts filled with traps and unpredictable hazards, demanding constant alertness. Movement feels tight and responsive, rewarding precise jumps and calm composure under escalating pressure. Unlockable characters, hidden collectibles, and devious stage layouts encourage repeated attempts. Clean pixel art and an energetic chiptune score keep momentum lively, while punishing gauntlet sections test nerve and consistency.
Finally beating your 10-year-old neighbor Jimmy in today's daily.
Wasn't Earth who brought the change to...
Time fractures collide in this atmospheric survival horror set against a bleak, shattered future. A lone survivor navigates hostile wastelands where past and present dangerously intertwine. Gameplay emphasizes careful resource management, tense exploration, and combat against grotesque threats. Branching choices and upgrades invite repeated playthroughs. Grim environments and an oppressive soundtrack reinforce the dread. Hidden areas and multiple endings add real depth. Cronos, the New Dawn, delivers a haunting, finely crafted descent into temporal chaos. Balatro takes a familiar deck of cards and turns it into a daring roguelike card journey driven by clever rules and bold scoring twists. Every run encourages risk-taking through wild jokers, escalating stakes, and inventive modifiers that reward planning and adaptability. The rhythm of play keeps tension high while new combinations constantly reshape strategies. This is the kind of game that pulls players back for one more hand, fueled by creativity, challenge, and endless replay value. Depth grows steadily, making mastery satisfying. Kill Knight is a fast-paced top-down action game set in the Abyss, where players must defeat the final angel. The game has 5 eldritch layers, each more deadly than the last, and a slick, minimalist design with vintage images. The game also includes an endermal conquest mode, in which players can obtain new equipment for their knight's arsenal. The game features an immersive, otherworldly environment with a retro-inspired aesthetic, and players can climb the global leaderboards to compete against friends for high-score dominance. OneShot World Machine Edition crafts a thoughtful, emotionally resonant journey filled with clever puzzles and fourth-wall-breaking moments that truly stand out. The pixel art is warm and distinct, with an atmosphere that draws players in quietly yet powerfully. Nico's quiet determination and the game's gentle narrative pacing create a sincere connection that lingers long after the ending. With subtle music and creative storytelling, this edition feels thoughtfully adapted for fans old and new, making every moment feel meaningful.
Walk in the pond.
Duck Detective is a gripping mystery game that sends players on a quest to discover the truth about a dark and twisted sausage plot. The game follows a foolish duck that becomes engaged in a bizarre sausage conspiracy that threatens the tranquility in his pond community. Players must utilize their excellent observational abilities to fill in the gaps in the story and solve complex riddles. The game features complete voice acting, which brings the characters to life and enhances the plot. Players can also employ the unique mechanism of tossing bread for justice to divert or earn suspects' trust. The realm of Valthiria has been threatened by an old dragon for more than 10 years. The hero school is about to be revived, and kingdoms must band together to confront this malicious power. The school's management is critical, and the curriculum is intended to prepare kids for combat. The school's leadership has a direct influence on pupils' achievement in quests. Students participate in strategic turn-based battle, planning, predicting, and carrying out their actions. They also take part in leisure activities such as swimming, fishing, eating, and snowman building contests. Die After Sunset keeps things energetic with its vibrant roguelike loop and evolving levels. Each run changes just enough to keep the action feeling fresh without becoming overwhelming. Combat stays punchy, with enemies that shift when the sun goes down, adding a fun twist. The cartoon visuals pop with color, while the upbeat tone keeps the mood light even in chaos. Smart upgrade choices and unlocks give a nice sense of growth. Great for short bursts or extended sessions, the game keeps calling back for one more run. Gritty machinery and punk attitude collide in CLAWPUNK, a side-scrolling brawler set in a rusted industrial world. A mechanical fighter armed with a devastating claw carves through corporate enforcers with brutal efficiency. Combat flows with satisfying weight, rewarding aggressive chains, well-timed counters, and spatial control. Upgrade paths and escalating enemy variety encourage strategic refinement across repeated playthroughs. A pounding punk soundtrack amplifies the rebellious tone, while fierce boss encounters demand composure and sharp pattern recognition. Saturnalia wraps its eerie mystery in striking visuals and an unpredictable structure that keeps the tension simmering. The shifting narrative through multiple characters gives each playthrough a new angle, deepening the lore with every run. Its sketch-like art and oppressive atmosphere match perfectly with the creeping dread around every corner. The procedural maze of the village resets with death, reinforcing the sense of being trapped. A clever approach to survival horror that rewards observation, patience, and nerves of steel.
It's coming from this tower.
We must save the village.
Astalon Tears of the Earth stands out with its retro visuals and atmospheric soundtrack that instantly pull players into its mysterious world. The game's clever level design rewards exploration, while the character switching mechanic adds refreshing depth to combat and puzzles. Each run feels rewarding, with meaningful upgrades that make progression satisfying. Its lore-rich world and challenging boss battles keep the adventure engaging throughout. A thoughtful, well-crafted tribute to old-school action platformers with modern finesse. Minoria is a captivating action platformer that enchants with its deep combat system and intricate level design. The atmospheric world draws players into a dark fantasy filled with engaging bosses and rewarding exploration. The controls feel responsive, making each encounter satisfying, while the story unfolds with meaningful characters and lore. Fans of challenging games will appreciate its balance of difficulty and accessibility. This title stands out as a must-play for those who enjoy skillful gameplay and immersive storytelling. Lost Ruins casts players into a dark atmospheric world where survival hinges on smart combat and elemental strategy. The pixel art is crisp and expressive, while the soundtrack enhances every eerie corridor and boss encounter. Combat encourages quick thinking, using fire, ice, and electricity in clever ways. The story unfolds with an intriguing pace, paired with voice-acted characters that bring depth to the mystery. It's a satisfying journey for fans of action platformers with a taste for the arcane and unusual. Raging Loop weaves an intense psychological mystery wrapped in layers of folklore and suspense. Its story-driven gameplay keeps the tension high as each death reveals more of the chilling truth behind the village's cursed ritual. Characters evolve in meaningful ways, and choices carry real weight, encouraging replays to uncover every angle. With sharp writing and an atmosphere thick with dread, it's hard not to keep digging deeper. A gripping tale that rewards curiosity with rich storytelling and unexpected depth. Strayed Lights is an immersive action-adventure set in a corrupt and shadowy universe. Players go on the role of a newborn light, battling malformed monsters and changing renegade siblings. To enhance the atmosphere, the game employs visual storytelling and a creepy music. The basic goal is to restore the light while also unlocking additional skills as you advance. Players must also deal with renegade siblings that are governed by their emotions, as well as confront their own demons. Rise of the Third Power shines with classic JRPG vibes, offering a compelling story, witty dialogue, and memorable characters. The turn-based combat feels smooth and strategic, keeping battles engaging without dragging. Its pixel art is rich with personality, and the soundtrack enhances every moment. Exploration is rewarding, and party interactions bring humor and heart. Fans of 16-bit era RPGs will find a lot to love here. It's a solid tribute to the genre, with just enough modern touches to keep things fresh and satisfying. A classic fantasy tone guides this adventure with confidence and charm. The world of Arafel unfolds as a fading land shaped by loss and resolve, with Lita defined by steady courage rather than bravado. Exploration and combat move at a measured pace, rewarding planning, timing, and growth. Beneath the surface lies meaningful progression, flexible skill paths, and secrets that invite careful return visits. Handcrafted pixel art and a restrained score reinforce the reflective mood. The journey closes as a cohesive tale that respects time and mastery calm. Dungeon Drafters is a spell-slinging, tile-based roguelite that casts a serious charm. With every card drawn, battles feel strategic, tense, and incredibly rewarding. The pixel art pops with personality, while the dungeons offer a satisfying mix of danger and discovery. Deck building isn't just a mechanic, it's a thrill, pushing creativity and smart planning. The freedom to experiment, combined with a vibrant world and catchy soundtrack, makes each run feel fresh. For fans of tactics and cards, this is pure enchanting magic wrapped in dungeon-crawling delight.
The end of me.
Duck Detective: The Ghost of Glamping turns a cozy mystery into something refreshingly fun. With its hand-drawn visuals and dry humor, the game builds a mellow yet curious atmosphere that keeps things light without being dull. The dialogue is sharp, the characters feel alive, and the investigation moves at a relaxed pace that suits the tone. It's easy to get into and hard to put down thanks to its smart writing and subtle clues. A relaxing way to step into the shoes of a duck solving weird campground drama.
Something happens to my son! Are those bread slices?
LUNARK is a pixel art cinematic platformer that respects its 90s roots with style and confidence. The animations are smooth, the environments are rich with detail, and the controls feel deliberate and responsive. Its retro aesthetic pairs well with atmospheric music and sharp level design. There's a sense of momentum that keeps things moving without being overwhelming. For those who enjoy methodical platforming with a nostalgic flair, this game hits a sweet spot that's both satisfying and memorable. Evertried is a thoughtful, tactical roguelite that rewards patience and smart decision-making. The turn-based movement system adds a unique rhythm, making each step feel deliberate and satisfying. Its pixel art is crisp, with a serene atmosphere that contrasts nicely with the challenge of climbing the mysterious tower. The enemy variety keeps each floor fresh, and the skill progression system adds just enough depth to keep things engaging. It's a game that respects the player's intelligence and creates a satisfying loop of growth and mastery. Aura of Worlds is a clever roguelite platformer packed with creative tools and unpredictable level designs. Each run feels fresh, thanks to dynamic traps, enemy behavior, and room layouts that reward experimentation. From teleporting past lasers to freezing time mid-jump, the game encourages inventive problem-solving. Its pixel art style is vibrant, and the music fits the adventurous tone. With plenty of unlockables and tactical depth, it becomes easy to sink hours mastering each challenge and discovering new ways to survive. The Last Faith stands out with its stunning Gothic art style, responsive combat, and rewarding progression. Each area feels distinct, filled with atmosphere and mystery. The combat is challenging, yet fair, with a satisfying variety of weapons and spells to master. Exploration feels meaningful, encouraging curiosity at every turn. From its grim world design to its smooth animations, every detail feels crafted with care. A thrilling journey for fans of dark action platformers, where each encounter demands focus and precision. AK-xolotl is a wild neon-colored rampage that turns cute chaos into an art form. The twin-stick shooting feels punchy, and each weapon has a satisfying kick. The pixel art pops with personality, and the AK-xolotl theme adds a quirky twist to the roguelike formula. Runs feel fresh with every attempt, and the humor hits just right. There's a rhythm to the madness that keeps the action exciting without feeling overwhelming. A blast of color, chaos, and creativity worth diving into. The Entropy Centre is a puzzle adventure game that defies time, allowing players to control items in reverse and conquer challenges. Players must solve puzzles to reach the center of a massive space station circling Earth, where humanity's final chance rests. As the Earth approaches an extinction-level disaster, players are left alone as the only survivors. The fate of the Entropy Centre is hidden inside its depths, and players must discover the truth about its impending collapse and the end of the world. Alina of the Arena hits a sweet spot between strategic deck building and roguelike combat. Every move feels calculated, with positioning on the battlefield adding a refreshing layer of depth. The art style stands out with bold character designs and a satisfying flair during attacks. Progression feels rewarding, encouraging multiple runs to explore new builds and gear. It's satisfying to learn, challenging to master, and consistently engaging without overstaying its welcome. A solid pick for fans of tactical, card-driven combat games. Bat-Boy swings into action with energetic, retro-inspired flair and fast-paced platforming that feels right at home alongside classics of the genre. Its crisp controls and creative level designs keep the momentum high, while each boss fight introduces clever mechanics that never feel repetitive. The soundtrack punches hard with nostalgic 16-bit vibes, and the pixel art style adds tons of personality to every stage. It's an engaging adventure with heart, humor, and a strong sense of style that keeps the gameplay fresh throughout. Smelter presents a unique take on action platforming with its challenging combat and atmospheric world. The fast-paced gameplay keeps players engaged, while the diverse enemy designs add depth to each encounter. The soundtrack enhances the intense mood without overwhelming, and exploration feels rewarding with hidden secrets to uncover. The game's art style complements the dark theme, creating a captivating environment that draws players in. It's a solid pick for fans of skill-based adventures craving something fresh and exciting. Darkness swallows all until one small spark refuses to fade. A luminous wanderer navigates dark ruins where light serves as tool and lifeline against encroaching void. Platforming balances exploration with sudden urgency, as fading power demands caution during movement. Hidden passages and fragments reward careful search, expanding abilities, accessing new paths widely. Clean, soft artwork contrasts warm glow against dark backgrounds. Each restored beacon marks progress through paths looping back, smart and tight design. Batbarian Testament of the Primordials is a clever mix of puzzle solving, fast-paced combat, and witty dialogue wrapped in pixel art goodness. The dynamic between the barbarian and the glowing bat companion adds a unique twist to navigating the dark, trap-filled caves. With sharp humor, smart level design, and satisfying progression, the game stays engaging through every challenge. It stands out with its personality, creativity, and seamless balance of action and brain-teasing elements, making each moment feel earned and memorable. This game provides an intense tactical shooter set in a dark, post-apocalyptic world filled with mutant enemies and challenging missions. The strategic gameplay encourages careful planning and quick reflexes, making every encounter rewarding. The atmospheric soundtrack and detailed environments create a gripping backdrop that keeps players engaged. With a variety of weapons and upgrade paths, the progression feels satisfying and well-paced. This title is a solid choice for those seeking action with depth and a compelling setting. Into the Breach is a smart and rewarding tactics game that thrives on tight decision-making. Every turn feels important, with the game giving clear information so choices always matter. The battles are small in scale, but never shallow, as each encounter pushes creative thinking and planning ahead. The variety of mechs and squads keeps things fresh, and even short runs feel satisfying. Success comes from strategy rather than luck, making victories genuinely earned. It's a strategy game that respects your time while keeping you hooked. Lovish channels classic arcade energy through fast rooms, bold monsters, and a heroic tone rooted in old-school fantasy. Sir Solomon charges into a shifting demon fortress, driven by resolve and quick thinking rather than brute force. Play flows through tight combat bursts, smart risk choices, and steady momentum that rewards focus. Beneath the surface sit layered upgrades, item synergies, and branching routes that reshape each run. Pixel art pops with clarity, while the soundtrack keeps urgency high without noise. Lovish stands as one rewarding journey.